Okay, so I'm going to have a go at making a rocket stove out of a little 5 litre mini keg. I've seen some similar things on the internet and I'm keen to make up some bigger rocket stoves for my farm, and I thought I'd just try starting off with a little prototype, and I like the way that these look. So yeah, I've never posted stuff like this before, but the stuff I've seen has really inspired me, so hopefully if this inspires someone else, and I think that's a good thing. So basically a little 5 litre keg, a couple of diced tomato tins, a helper, some vermiculite, a little baked beans tin, and 2 of these little pipe cap ends that I got from Bunnings. And we'll see how we go. Righto, drilled through the top of the can and took the bits out. Now off the can that I've already taken the bottom off, I've just taken the little top lip so that this Bunnings thing can slide. Well, that fits better than I thought it would. Slide snugly into there, and the plan is that will drop in the top, and then that will hold inside there. That'll hold the bottom can just up the right height so we can get some vermiculite in underneath the bottom. So yeah, now I'll just join the 2 cans together and drill a hole in the side of this one, ready for the sideways feeder can. The inside of the bigger tin, I kind of butchered that a bit, but hopefully it's a pretty good seal around the edge, so hopefully that'll be alright. Took out of the can with the hole in the side. I'm going to use that to join the 2 cans together, because once I put this one together, I'm going to actually, the plan is to have a fill hole for the vermiculite in the top. I know most people pull those apart, but I figure once it's together and that's it. So these cans that I used slot together really nicely, that the bottom lip goes inside the top lip, nice and snug. So all I'm going to do is stick this little piece, maybe one on either side, and just put a couple of pot rivets through so they're stuck together. One off cut on that side, one off cut on that side. That holds the 2 chimney cans together, and I can lower them down in there. Plan might need a bit, might be a bit snug. Should be fine. So next step, I'm going to measure down and drill the sideways hole here in for this, and then I'm going to drill a filling hole in the top that I'll patch up after, and then yeah, I'm going to make a little feeder tray for the small can. Slide it inside, drill the hole on each side and pop rivet it on, and yeah, the plan is that it'll catch it on the top there, and then I'll just put a couple of rivets through the top there, so it'll be nice and neat. I don't think the flames will mind a couple of little rivets in the centre there. Chimney about where it's going to sit, and I'm measuring down the side of the can to see the height of the feed hole. I'm just going to mark that with a pen, which I can't do with 2 hands while I'm holding this, so I'll mark that and drill it. It should be right to slot the feeder can in. So there's the chimney settled inside. You can see where it's going to receive the feeder tube. Basically that's going to slot in something like that, put a little tray in there, and I'll drill a couple of air holes through the rims, so if you are putting a pan on top there, hopefully it can get some convection or some airflow flowing up through there. So I'll just, what I'm going to do now is just measure how far in that can sits, so it sits nicely within the tube, and I'm going to put a couple of pot rivets through the side in here, and then I'll slide it into place and put a pot rivet or 2 through either side and pot rivet through the top. Probably before I do that, I'll probably chuck some vermiculite in just in the bottom to get it up to the bottom level of the can, and then the rest of it I'm going to put a filler hole in through the top and just fill it up and around and seal it off. You can see it, hopefully you can see it with some sun sticking down in there, just a little bit, and then I've marked with a texture just where this comes up to inside the lip, so now I'm going to pull it out, pot rivet through from the pipe end into the can, slide this back in, just put a pot rivet in there, and it's a nice smooth edge to feed stuff in, and I'll make up a tray and fill it with vermiculite. Righto, so I'm just putting the last pop rivet in this little plate. There we go. It's all full of vermiculite. Pretty well sealed. Might chuck some heat resistant silicone around those bits just so if it's in the car or something like that, it doesn't spill out anywhere. Nice smooth edges so little fingers can't cut themselves off. So I'll just make up a little feeder tray, drill some holes in this top lip, and we should be right to test it out. A little bit of the 1mm plate, the theory being I'm going to point 2 of those tabs down, 2 of them up. That'll hopefully lock it in the can, and then this longer outer bit I'll curve around as a sort of stick feeder. I'll just make it and hopefully it makes sense, and so here we go. Bit of bending, that's what I came up with. The bottom one's a bit wonky, but theory is feeds in. Push it in a bit further. Those bottom ones hold it up, the ones further in stop it from pivoting back. These curvy ones can hold the wood. Air goes under, wood goes in into the middle there. So if I drill some holes around the top, it should be right to give it a test, see how it goes. The test run, I've decided against drilling holes in the top because I think the actual cavity of the keg goes through there, so that'll be opening it up to the vermiculite. So I think I'm going to make 4 little tabs and rivet them on, just little curvy tabs so you can rest a pan on it. But basically, like everyone else does, just chucked a bit of paper in there with some couple of sticks in the top, and it just leapt into life. It's winter here and it's it started going, so I've just fed some in the front. Hopefully they'll keep going. In the meantime, I'll just chuck a bit more rubbish in the top, but it's really interesting because it sort of went out a couple of times and then it just does that. Right on cue, whoops, back into life. So I'll see how it goes once these bits start burning in from the front. But looking good so far. You know what this wood is? It's been raining here today, so I just grabbed this out of the shed, which is just some old rubbish. And I've been chipping it off. If you look under, you can see the coals starting to go there. There's the wood. Out of focus wood. There's a flame. Hopefully it'll start burning a bit cleaner in a minute. That seems to be going pretty well. And the keg's not warm to touch on the side yet. Apart from a little pan tabs, all finished. Probably about an hour and a half. I think it took about $10, $6 of vermiculite and $4 for the little round things, plus a few rivets and a bit of time, but pretty cool. Very keen to test it out in cooking something. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped.